Pilates principle is alignment. And we're going to talk all about alignment today. And I just wanted to show you some pictures of some misalignment in bodies. And so this can happen over time. It's just normal. Bodies are imbalanced generally. And we try to go towards something that can align the body to make you feel easier in your body. So alignment, let me just go through the pictures and then it should make sense. So here's an example of a misalignment, which is text neck. And this is very prevalent at the moment and relevant. And they're calling it Zoom neck now because people are pushing their chin forward, if you like, or down or forward on Zoom. And you can see here what happens to the neck and shoulders. If you do that, you can get tension, neck headaches, neck and shoulder pain, difficult breathing because you've always seen that kyphotic position and all of that. So those muscles there can get very long at the back and then they're short here. We find, retraction and pain around the shoulders and neck. So that's one element of a misalignment. Here's another one. If you wear high heels, I was actually, when I went shopping yesterday, the day before, I was looking at the shoes and I was like, oh God, I don't know if I'll be able to wear high heels ever again, especially with my knees now as they are. But it shows you here, if you push your weight into your toes, how much the whole of the body changes, look. So here she is with her calves. There's excess pressure on the knees, it says there, definitely. And the heels mimic the way a person walks on a ramp, as if you're on a ramp. So you increase all the pressure in the balls of your foot, and there's a downward force right into the forward position of the body. So the front muscles of the body get worked more, if you like, and the back muscles are ignored, if you like. And then therefore your glutes become very weak. And the lower back is pushed forward and taking the hips and spine out of alignment. And the chest is pushed forward and therefore your neck again will be misaligned. And that's just a picture of someone who's standing without heels on and how that feels easier in the body. So if you look at that positioning of the body there, you can see there's a nice straight line from the head, the shoulder, the hip, the knee and the ankle. Whereas this one, there's an angle going on. So it goes, I can't point in there, it's just confusing me too much. So you can see how the body needs just to stack up, and I do talk about this a lot, I know, in the classes. And here's a really good one I see a lot, and I've had this myself. So if you've got a handbag shoulder and you generally start to hitch your shoulder up like this, and obviously there's tension there in the trapezius, and this can really go down to your hands and arms, and you can feel lots of tingling sensations, sometimes down into your little finger, up into the neck, and again headaches, tension, shortness around here. Lots of issues with shoulders anyway, ladies of our age. And then I had to add this one, and this is knee alignment. Now, knee alignment comes from age or time standing up, but also can be genetic. So you can have a genetic torsion of your tibias, or and this is all very genetic. So it's not your fault. You can't do much about it, but what you can do is be aware of it. So this is someone with knock knees, as I'd call it, but it's called varus in the profession. And it's obviously where your tibias are coming in and your knees are sort of out to the side, your legs are out. This is your normal alignment, and then that's where it goes the other way. So bow legged, I'd call that one. But sometimes these are not, you're not able to, we're not correcting anything here because you can't correct everything. Everybody's body's so different, but what we can do is just tweak your muscles and work all of your muscles to help you. The knock knees actually can come, the bow legs can come if you've got knee issues with osteoarthritis and the actual bone starts to grow differently around the lateral side of the knee, which I know very well myself. To angle it so you can see me in it. I think you can. Let me go there. Right. So what we're looking at here is where my shoulders are, and you look yourself at what the height of the shoulder feels like for you. And you want you to just look down at the body and see if your knees are splayed and you've got that knock knees going on, like so. Or if you've got one hip higher than the other. Or, don't be... I went on a posture course once, and honestly I came away feeling like I was some kind of leper or something. Because she was picking fault with everything in my body, but it's not picking fault, it's just how it is, okay? So don't worry about it too much. Now, also stand at the side, and you can see the align from that shoulder, the elbow, the hip, the knee and the ankle. Now, a good way to do this is to get a charging cable. So it's basically a piece of wire with something heavy on the end. And you get somebody, I can't quite do this myself, I need a body really. So you get the cable and you put it just on your shoulder, and then you can see if you're in alignment or not. So let me just have a look for myself, I can see what's happening there. So for me, this is my normal posture, my bum sticks out. And you can see that I'm out of alignment there, my weight is in my heels there, and I'm having to fall forward. I've got length through my abdominal. So if I go back into neutral, that I always have to think about standing like this, tucking my tailbone under a bit, and then I become much more in a line. Another thing to look out for, we'll start on our knees if you can. If you can't start on your knees and your knees hurt, don't do it on your knees, do this standing up. So take a nice deep inhale, stretching the arms up over the head, reaching up through the spine, and then breathing out, take the arms down to the side. So we're starting to become aware of the opening of the body and the lengthening of the spine here. I noticed myself, I was slumping from the outset this morning. So this is a lovely big stretch, as you would do as you came out of bed. Do you actually do that when you come out of bed? That's an interesting one, isn't it? Take the breath in as the arms go up, out as the arms come down. Now we're just going to slide down the side of the body, noticing one side feels different to the other. So because I have one hip higher than the other, often I need to feel like I need like a wedge underneath that knee, and it does feel more comfortable. So that you might need that, you can get like little heel lifts for your shoes, which is sometimes I use those. Okay, hold it here. Raise the arms up, let's do some bow and arrows, reaching back. So this way it really helps you to notice that your pelvis is stable, nice and stable. Breathing out, pull back with that elbow, breathing in. Breathe out, bring it back and in. Now float the arms and then just do one arm forward, one arm back, and then change. So again, the hips are nicely stable here. We're isolating through that torso, waist. Let your head just move side to side, breathing in and out, nice and calm. Lovely. Okay, if you can, you're going to sit down onto your legs. And then you're going to lift up and push the hips forward into that tilt. So push back down with the bum, lifting up. So this is my adapted squat, if you like. The arms come up and then they go out, they come in, and then you go up. And again, lift as you sit down. You open the chest. If this is not comfortable, you can do a standing squat. Down and open and close and lift, hips squeezing under, open, close, lift. All right, here I want you to start to tilt that pelvis. So tilting under and out. So here's my pelvis, we're tilting forward and back. So that's the pelvis tilting backwards and then forwards. Yes? Good, so really feel what's happening in that lumbar spine, around that area. Our knees are wide and just circle round the knees. And then change direction. Does it feel different the other way? It does for me. What do your hips feel like? Squeeze your glutes a little bit here as well. Good, now we're just going to rock from side to side. I'm just going to let my arms go here so it just shows what's happening. So try and slide the hips as well, that's quite tricky. And then take a rest. We're going to go into baby pose here. Sit back. And then bring your weight forward into the wrists and backwards and forwards. So if you know you have some kind of anomaly in the body, some people have something called scoliosis. Keep going with that while I just explain what that is. And this is where the scoliosis, keep going, is where the spine is bent also to the side as well as its normal curvature. So curvature of the spine is another word for it. So obviously those people are going to have quite a lot of imbalances. It can be quite painful. So moving and mobile, just getting every muscle mobile really is a good thing for everybody. Okay, hold it here, turn the toes under. Let's do that sliding again. Mobility first, always. Make it nice and mobile. One more time. Back up to kneeling. Circle the shoulders, freeing off any tension around the neck. So as I've been doing these online, I've noticed very much so that one shoulder is dropped more than the other, which I didn't even know. So you do need the mirrors. Roll forward. Often I go, I'm there, that's my, this is me exaggerating it, but that's basically where, so I have to kind of go like that. So when I've been doing the classes, I have been correcting myself so I can see myself in the screen, which has been good for my own body. Okay, hold it here, cross the arms on top of each other, shoulders back and down. Again, we'll rotate again. Now, as you rotate to the left, your right buttock switches on, and I want you to really be conscious of the buttock. Even though we're rotating, I just want you to think about, and you think it's all about the arms and the upper body here, but it isn't. Just squeeze that right buttock as you go left, left buttock as you go right. Now, what we don't want is the arms going without the body here, so keep them rest on your boobs if you need to, so that your arms don't take over. Be trust and surrender to your body. One more time. Lovely. Now take the arms the other way. So just a little bit of mobility here through the shoulders. Crossing one way and the other, keeping the elbows slightly lower. So there's no tension in that neck. Hold it here. Open the chest with the pectorals. Open the arms. Shoulders are back and down. See how my shoulders lifted there? Go that way. Okay, come back. And bring it in. Take it back. Extend the arms. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So now we're warming up that upper back. Getting some movement into the shoulder blades. One more time. And then let the arms float away. Just do a neck stretch for me. Just look over your shoulder. Gently over to the other side. Do it again. So the first couple of times, it usually feels a bit stiff. Now obviously neck pain. So if you have anomalies in your spine, your hips, your shoulders, it can all come up to into the neck. This is the end here of the joint and of the muscle. So always often we find the tension at the end of the muscle that's tight. Not in the body of the muscle. Chin down. Roll it up. And again, chin down. So feel the length in the back of that neck. One more. Here, drop your ear to one of the shoulders. Don't let that shoulder lift though. Keep it down. And then change. And change. So really just mobilising the peripheral parts of the body to relieve the tension. Okay, so gently lie down on the mat and extend the legs, lift the arms up and just do a good stretch for me. So sometimes when you lie on your back, you start to feel the misalignments happening. You may feel that one buttock is more into the mat. I can on this side because that's that little rotation of my pelvis going on. So just notice that. What can you feel imprinted into the mat? So the heels, the calves, but on my left side, I can feel more of my calf on the floor than on the right side. Let your arms float to the side. And with the arms, actually put the arms into that pet deck position. Can you feel that one arm is feeling more easy on the floor here? This is definitely for my right. And my left arm doesn't feel as easy here. There's a bit of tension in that shoulder. Okay, we'll stretch the arms up above the head and bring the right arm down to the side of the body. And then switch the arms. So let's just get more mobility going through the shoulders in this position, keeping length through the spine. Not talking too much about neutral today. I will talk about centralising those abdominal muscles in a moment though. Just keep the arms going. Okay, now we're going to flap our feet. So I want you to basically flap your feet. So just get that going first. So just stretch the flap your feet. And we're going to try coordination here. So, flap your right foot down as long as your left arm comes above your head. And now I've got my left foot is coming towards my body, yeah? And then flap the other way. So we've got that diagonal length going on in the body. Stretching the feet, being aware. So as I take my right arm over, I'm feeling like I'm stretching a little bit more through this waist. So clearly I'm tighter on that side. You notice it for yourself. One more time. Lovely. Okay, bring the knees to bent. And then draw the right knee into the chest. Right knee. Now I'm going to put my hand on that right knee and I'm just going to circle it round. So this is all still part of the warm-up. You can take your hand away if you feel you can hold the leg yourself. Just doing leg circles here. Right in through the hip. Try and keep this other hip down on the floor though. Don't let yourself rock and roll. Change direction with that circling of the knee. Round we go. Opening that hip. One more time. Okay, let's do the other side. So bring the knee in first. Just tighten it into the body. Nice little stretch there, lower back, and then circle round 4 or 5 times. This side for me feels tighter on that inner thigh. What does yours feel like? It's all about awareness of your own body today. Change direction. Noticing your alignment issues and trying to just each day that we do Pilates, that we're just being aware of them and trying to just balance them up a little bit. Lovely. Bring both knees into the chest. Now your back is in the mat. And now you're going to circle with both hands. Massaging the lower spine. Change direction. Round it goes. Now, keep the tummy tight. If you want to let go, here, you're going to work the core a little bit. Drawing those abs in, using the breath, circling the knees. Good. Okay, take one leg down and the other leg comes down. Take the arms over the head, stretching, lengthening the spine. Now we're going to curl the upper back up here. So I want you to be conscious this abdominal area is nicely contracted. Take an inhale, exhale, fold up, hands pointing towards the feet, and then take it down slowly, melting through that upper back. Take an inhale, raise it up, squeeze those abs, warming up, pushing the shoulders down to the feet, really feeling like arms are lengthened. Hold it here, little pumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Take it down. Good, and again, breathe out, lift. Give me some pumps. Go. 1, 2, 3. Feet are on the floor. 5, 6, 7, 8. Roll down. Now circle the arms round to the sides. Just to finish off our warm up. 2 more. Breathing. 1 more. Over the head, bring it back. Take the arms to the side. So we're going to bring one knee into the chest and then extend it up to the ceiling. So you're going to hold it here for a little hamstring stretch. Hold holding behind the thigh. Now just circle the foot 3 times one way, then change direction 3 times. So feel the tension easing off the calf. Place that leg down. Let's do the other leg. Bring the knee in, extend through the hamstring, rotate the foot, and then change direction. Make sure that knee is straight. My knee doesn't want to straighten today. Hold it there. Now try and ease it. Feel that hamstring. Breathe. If you can't hold on to it with your hands, you could use your band here and just put it. So the important thing is that the knee is straight. We have a bit of tension on that thigh there. Good, and roll down. All right, you're going to bring one knee into the chest, the other leg is straight. Now we're going to curl up the upper back. Yes, and then we're going to change legs. So it goes 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Keep reaching away. 5. Keep going. 3 more. Lengthen that leg. 2. Last one. Roll down and rest. Bring your feet on the floor. Let's go straight into bridge. So we're flowing through the moves now. Arms are at the side, chin down. Press the back into the mat. Press it down and then let go. So here we have that pelvic tilt going on. Notice your sacrum. Is it equal? Have you got hip rib to rib connection? Crunching here and then lengthening. So thumbs on your ribs, fingers on your hips. Feel the length and the shortening of the muscles of the abdominals. And really be conscious of contracting the center of the body here. Yes, inhale, exhale. Now start to squeeze your bum. Squeeze the bum. And then roll down. So we're thinking about that lumbar spine, that lower end, keep going. So on sit here, the lumbar spine, oh, it's vertebra. I think something's broken on him. So this tiny bit here is just tilting into the mat. So we're pressing into the mat, and then we're letting go. And again, press in and let go. Keep going. Press in and let go. Okay, we're going to start to uncurl. So we'll lift the buttocks off the floor. Keep that tilt on here as you raise it up, vertebra by vertebra. Your rib cage is here. It's down. It's not sticking up like so. Right? So if you stick it up like that, you're going to really hurt your back. So we don't want that to happen. We want to contract all the muscles in the back of the legs. Take an inhale. Exhale, roll, curl down the spine, and then let go. Do it again. Breathe out. So it's like cat-cow the other way, if you like. So we're in that cat stretch here as much as we can. Opening up the hips though, and the glutes are switched on. Roll down now. Let's go. Make sure your feet are flat on the floor. So equal weight between the feet. All of the toes and the heel, press up, lift that hip, hold at the top, arms are on the floor, palms are facing up, take an inhale, roll down on that exhale, down we go, uncurl, and again, peel off that mat, tailbone tucked, lifting the hips. So we're going to hold it here. Now I want you to drop the hips, so let go of the buttock on that right side. Then lift it up, then the left side drops and then lift. Right side drop and lift. So we're challenging here any tightness. We're trying to balance it up, keep that squeeze. So my left buttock always is a little bit lazier than my right due to my knee injury. So you notice that yourself. Be more conscious. I always have to be conscious more of squeezing a bit tighter on that side when we do this one. Good. One more time. Drop and lift. Hold it here. Curl down. Place your spine back into the mat. And take a little rest. Stretch the legs out again. Full body extension. reaching, again, nice long body. So one of the good things to do if you can, to aid alignment, is to hang from something. So you could get a tree, your garden, whatever, and try and get a good grip. I used my gardening gloves to start with because my grip wasn't very good. And then try and hang, because then the whole spine just elongates and it can really show any imbalance. I was very tight underneath my armpit on this side when I do it. But now I have my own hanging bar, which my dad made for us. So we use that all the time. Now, another way you could do it is to find something to hang off. So like the worktop, say for instance, and just hanging away. But an easy version of this is to go into that baby pose and feel the opposition through the tailbone up into the head and arms. But obviously if you have something to hang like that, the end of the bed, maybe you've got your bedstead, or you could use the banister rails. You're just basically hanging here, so I want you to feel as if you're pulling from this side and down into this side. Your ultimate is to hang for a minute. It's really hard. I tell you, it really is. I'm not there yet. Okay, so we're on all fours now, and let's do some cat-cow. Shoulders are back and down. We're going to reach the spine to the ceiling, and then allow it to go. Do that again. So again, we're just opening up. Notice if one side is tightening quicker than the other. I do. So all the time, my left side is weaker. So I'm always trying to just think, right, left buttock, come on, wake up. Use the breath. One more. Okay, now put yourself into a beautiful long back position. So we're not there, slumped in, our shoulders are not gone. Really consciously bring your weight up away from the floor here. And we're going to take the left hand to your temple and we're going to rotate. So we're going to rotate and then take it back, reach the arm forward, elbow comes back to the waist, into the temple, open the chest, keep the elbow high, reach it forward, elbow comes to the waist, temple, rotate. So shoulder, upper back, lats, open, close, reach, back, shoulder away from the ear, here, one more time, open, close, reach, back, and take a little rest. So what we're doing there is we're encouraging that deltoid to push backwards. You've got a lot of opening through the chest there, reaching, and also using the lat muscle. The lat muscle is this one, which helps to pull back your shoulder blades, but most often ladies I see have weak lats, so that's why I'm always banging on about pushing your shoulders down. Let's go on the other side. So nice position, fingertips to your temple, rotate. Now what does the rotation feel like on this side? Is it better? Worse? You check. Temple, open the chest, close, extend the arm, elbow into the waist, temple, arm very much tighter on this side. Try not to hold your breath. When things are harder, we hold our breath. So exhale. You see, that time I didn't hold my breath and I was able to go further. Okay. So really consciously, I use the breath out. So on the hard bit is the breath out. Open. This is hard, isn't it? Reach forward to the side and then relax it back. Good work. Do a little rock here. So these things I picked up on a new lady I had on Tuesday. She'd never done Pilates before, never let them go on the reformer, but she was holding her breath a lot. And when we got her into the breathing pattern, the movement became flowing. So that goes back to the principle of breath and ease and relaxation through the movement. All right, so we're still on all fours. We're going to reach back with the right foot. Now, the alignment of the hips now, think about it, because what I often see here is when the people lift their leg, they go there with the hip. See how I rotated outwards and up? So I want you to feel like that sacrum is flat. So if you can, get something that will go on your sacrum. I'm going to use my hog. So we'll just sit there and it's on my sacrum. Right, and this will tell me if my leg lifts. So think about the left hip as well. You've got to keep that hip over the knee, not in front or behind it. And lift that leg. So is my hog's lifting a little bit. Could be moving, so I'll drop my hip a bit. That's better. Squeeze the glutes, so turn the heel inwards. And then float the other arm. Little presses now with that leg. 1, 2. Keep those hips in a line, so we're parallel with our hip bones to the floor. 3, 4, 5, 6, and take a rest. So we do that exercise a lot, but when you have to start to think about the alignment, how much more difficult it is, isn't it? So set yourself up the other side. Let me just demonstrate that again. Here's the pelvis, so you're in that position, and you're going to put your hog or something across those 2 hip bones at the top, those are the knobbly bits there, back of the sacrum. And when you lift your hip, can you see that? Often from the front here. Okay, so when you lift your hip, that happens. So I want you to keep those hip bones here parallel with the floor, like that. So we're there, aren't we? And then I've just got that on there just to make sure I can feel the feedback. This is kind of a feedback mechanism. Let's do the other side. So set yourself up, flat side of your hog on your sacrum. You've got a nice neutral spine. So if you're in anterior tilt there, that hog would tilt that way. And if you're too tilt, it'd fall off, yes? So you want to keep that sacrum flat. That's the first bit. Then we don't want that lateral tilt. So extend the leg. What's happening to the hip? Is the knee under the hip on that right side? Just check that knee alignment there. Straighten the leg. And then lift. Float the right hand. So the back has to stay straight. I don't know. Yeah, I think I need to just drop slightly. Hold. Drawing in through the centre. Little presses with the leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and take a rest. So you can see, often if you've got a weak hip, it's the side that your leg is on, kneeling, that you can feel it. Now we're going to do downward dog. Do some flowing moves from that. Hands are placed, toes are under. Take an inhale, exhale, stick your bum right up to the ceiling. So alignment here. Arms are stretched forward, head is between the arms. Knees stay bent. If you can manage that, that feels long through the spine. You want to feel like someone's pulling your tailbone and pulling your hands the other way, opposition. Now if you've got that, heels lifted, now straighten the knees and still keep that extension. What I often see here is this. Yeah? So I want you to keep the length of the back, that's most important. Straighten the knees, and then if you've got that, you can try and drop the heels. That's the final piece here. Push your fingers into the mat. Take some breaths here. If you feel you've lost your back, because this is not what we want, bend the knees to get back into that extension of the spine. Breathe and don't hold your breath. Make this an easy feeling move. And then come back into that baby pose. It's surprising how just that one move, when you do it correctly, how much hotter you get, isn't it? All right, hips. Lying on our sides now. So, common mistakes on when we lie on our side. Firstly, ladies don't like to lie on that little hip bone there, but the feel of that little knobbly bit at the side of your femur. So the mat wants to be soft to start with, otherwise you're not going to get alignment because you won't want it, it'll be too tender. Legs are straight, right? This is what I see a lot of when we do this. Hips are rolled backwards and the leg float. It's dead easy to do it like that. And the reason is because this leg hit this part of the thigh is strong and everyone can use that muscle, but this bit isn't so strong, and nor is the inner thigh. So there my white line is here. That's where you want to be lying on that side of the mat for a start. And you want this hip to push down towards the wall, alignment of the hip line. So I'm just going to put my t-shirt here between my hip bones. Now you'll see if I sink down like that and let my leg just rest at the top, you can see that it's now an angle. So I don't want that, I want a nice vertical line from that to that. So stack the hips. Now I've got a little gap going on there, so these abdominals are on, I can feel them. I'm not rolled, I am actually rolled back, I can feel it. So I'm going to roll forward, bring the legs slightly forward and lengthen the legs. Now just being here should feel challenging. If it doesn't, you're obviously just like that, lying down. So I want you to feel like you're stretching your legs, there's tension. Put your hand here, float the leg, lengthen the leg. Now if you're not feeling challenged, rock the hips forward for me so that you do, because often that happens. Now we're going to circle that top leg. So imagine the femur is just rotating round into that pelvis. Alignment is everything. Squeeze your glute so that leg goes back. Change direction, pointy toe. You feel extension, opposition. Imagine I'm pulling your leg. One more time with that circle. Mine is a very big circle. Does it hold it there? The bottom leg is also tense. Both kneecaps are feeling tight. Yeah, don't just go like that with that bottom leg, because that bottom leg can help you. Now you're just going to point your toe at the front of that leg and then behind and in front. Now hips are still stacked. Still stacked. We're not rolling back. Now this is what I see a lot of in the class. Yeah, okay, so we want to keep stability. And as I put my leg back, I can really feel a pull through this waist and hip. Just be aware of it. Be aware of your own body anomalies. They're beautiful anomalies. They're you. One more time. Hold that leg up here and now extend the arm and stretch. Imagine someone's pulling your hands, pulling your legs. Keep yourself in alignment. And take a little rest. Lovely. So alignment. Often the straightness of the body hanging, that is your most natural alignment when you start hanging from something. With your hands. The grip strength is the first thing though, really, with that one. Alright, length, body. The other side, what's this side feel like? Hips stacked. Make sure you're not rolled back. Keep those legs, feet are just in my vision here. Lengthen out through that top hip. So for me, this side doesn't feel so tight because that is my other side, and my left side is my tight side. And this is my longer leg, the other one was the shorter leg. So a lot of people do have long and short legs. So tighten those legs, hold here, circle the leg. Small circles, 2, 3, 4, one more, 5, change direction, 1, squeeze that leg, 2, lengthen it away, 3, 4, 5, take the leg behind, take it in front, lift from the hip, not just the knee or the side of the thigh, feel the other leg pressing in the mat. Are you pressing it in? You may as well make this nice and efficient. Press that other leg into the mat. It helps the waist, this part of the body. One more time. Okay, float the leg, extend the arms, stretch. Stretch both legs, both arms. Good, and rest. Into baby pose. Lovely. And rolling back up. So if you know know you have one side that's tighter than the other. Like for instance, my side is tight this side. So often I go straight in the morning. I'll go into mermaid and I'll do some of these. Just on that one side. I don't need to do the other side if I'm in tight. It'd be nice to do both sides, but you start on the side that feels stressed. So this is my tight side. This is the position I get into. I lengthen the arm up and I do a few of these just to lengthen out the body on that side. If you have shoulder issues on one side, so this is my shoulder that doesn't like to play, and I every morning think about, right, just do that with that. I do it with the other one secondly, but I work on the weaker side first, and often when we have alignment issues, we work on our stronger side, and then it becomes worse and worse and worse and worse. So just be aware of that. So straighten out the legs, keep the tailbone down onto the floor, sit bones are down. Again, feel where the sit bones feel. And you can play around with this. You could put something just under one buttock. Does it feel better in the spine? Depends on how severe your alignment is. So roll the shoulders, take the arm over the head, reaching over, stretching front, the side of the body there. Breathe. And then scoot round, touch the toes, lift the other arm up, reach it over, stretch the other side. Does it feel different? Probably. Okay, we're going to fold forward because we've done a lot of extension today. So roll down the spine, try and reach towards your toes. Hopefully you feel more flexible after that class. Again, nice sit bones are down into the mat. Exhale, roll it back up. Hands over the head. Stretch the palms towards the ceiling. Head, hands over the head. Reaching again through that spine like a hanging position almost, and then bring your hands together. So start to become aware of the body in a relaxed position. So you can be sitting, lying, on your side, front, on the bed, anywhere you like. You're at home, it's fine. Maybe cover yourself so you feel warm. Scan the body and notice the temperature of your body, and is it warm enough? And then just start to do some slow, long breaths. So take an inhale through the nose. And then exhale out through the nose if you can. And again, inhale through the nose. And exhale. One final one, long breath. We're going to exhale through the lips this time though. Breathe in. Exhale, lips. And then your natural breath. So, just scan down the body and notice any areas of tension that you may have located this morning. And breathe into them, be compassionate, and just let go. Let go of the tension. Let go of any stress. And then let's move into the mind. And I want you to imagine that you're sitting next to a big motorway and you're up on the embankment. It's a nice sunny day. And you can look down on two carriageways and you'll notice the traffic rushing by either way. But you feel comfortable. There's a slight breeze and you're noticing the nice grass around you. Now go into your mind and notice the thoughts that are whizzing round your head. And we're going to imagine each of the pieces of traffic on the motorway as one thought. So for instance, if you have a burning worry in your mind, that vehicle may be a juggernaut or a large lorry or something. But if they're just fleeting ones, I've got to remember to buy some carrots, that might just be a motorbike. So try and make the vehicle relevant to the extent of that thought or feeling in the body. Remember, thoughts, feelings always become afterthoughts. The thoughts is the first thing. So just imagine those thoughts as vehicles on your motorway. And you can have them on both carriageways. You can imagine the colours of the vehicles. Maybe they are relevant to the extent. So if it is a huge worry and stress in your life, it may be a great big dirty black juggernaut. Or if it's something, a nice thought, you've got something nice to look forward to, it might be a pink, I don't know, something. I think make the colours relevant to your thoughts. So I want you to make it as real as possible, this visual meditation. Okay, now maybe you've got less on the road. Hope you have. The one that's big and burning though may be going slower because it's sitting there at the back of the mind all the time. So it's a slow moving vehicle, but those ones where you've just got to remember something from the shops, they're probably just passing through. So allow them to pass through. And if they're things that you don't really, are not relevant at the moment, or you don't really need to think about them for the next like 2 minutes, 2-3 minutes, try to let them go. And just let them pass. And they're passed and that's it. Now you might be having thoughts of, oh, how do I make this happen? And what colour is my vehicle? So, you know, obviously that's part of it. Your thoughts now are becoming all about now, because we are creating this picture in our mind now. Now, on the left-hand side, off the motorway, there's a whole bank of garages, and they can fit all of your vehicles in them. So I want you to imagine them driving now towards the garages, and you're popping them in the garage, and then you're getting a key and you're locking the door and putting them away for a bit. You can't see them. So your great big juggernaut is also, it's in its own garage for the next couple of minutes. And maybe your red Mini, which is your shopping list, that's also away. Don't worry about them, they'll come out later. Maybe if you're worrying about someone else's worries, they actually aren't your vehicles. So do make a note of that. If some of your vehicles are things that you can't control, or there's someone else's worries and thoughts that you've decided to take on yourself at this point, then actually they're not your vehicles. So just let them vanish. They're vanished, they're not in your garages, they're nothing to do with you. These are your thoughts for you, and that you feel relevant is right for you, not anybody else's. So now we have all of those thought vehicles in the garages, locked away, and I want you to go back and sit on that bank on the side of the motorway, and you're looking now down onto the motorway where there aren't any vehicles there now, and all you can see is just a blank, calm, quiet road. You may have some nice flowers in the in-between bit. Central reservation, that's what they call it, don't they? And the sun has really started to burn down on you now, and you can feel it on your skin. And you can't hear anything other than some birds. Concentrate on the sound of the birds, the feeling of the sun beating down on your body. And maybe your body starts to melt and feel calmer because you're just giving yourself a rest from all of those thoughts. Let's take some breaths here and really enjoy the feeling. Take an inhale through the nose. And then just expel through the lips. And again, inhale. And exhale. Feel calm. Notice your natural breath. Your head feels clearer. Clarity is starting to emerge. You feel that you've created a lot of space in your mind. And likewise, your emotions are different. And then your body changes. Maybe the less tension around the neck and shoulders, jawline, face or frown. Just sigh and allow this feeling to flood through your body, into the blood, into your bones, into your muscles. Your thoughts so affect your body tension. Now I want you to reintroduce some new vehicles now on your road, and these are happy vehicles. These are the happy thoughts, the happy nice things that are happening in your life for you, not the big wider world, just for you. Things that you want to look forward to, people that make you smile. Maybe they're in the vehicles. What colour are these cars? Are they their favourite cars or vehicles? Maybe those people are now smiling and waving at you as they pass, and it's making you smile and feel joyous. It's making me smile thinking about it. Happy times in vehicles. How does that make you feel? Can you feel the emotion, how the emotion changes when you have those coming across your motorway instead of your other thoughts? Okay, take a deep breath and then exhale out. Now the next part is that we're going to return to the garages, and you're going to let out your thoughts that we had at the beginning. And now you have a choice here, because like I say, if some of those they're not really, you can't control them, or they're there but they're not really your concern, or there's someone else's concern, and you know what, you don't need that in your mind as well as everything else. Choose now. Choose now about those. I was thinking about this the other day, and if you are worrying about somebody else, someone close to you, a family member or whatever, and you can't control them, but obviously you love them and you want them to be happy, at this point in the garage bit, I'm going to let them out, but I'm going to let them go on their own motorway for a bit. But say to them, I'm here if you need to talk to me. So off those, I'm thinking now my cars that are going off now, the ones I'm thinking about, let them go. And what have we got left now on the road? Lie down and have a look at the things you've got left on the road, at the side of the road, and you're looking now at your thoughts going by. Have the vehicles changed? So the bigger ones, have they, now we've got a bit more perspective on it, have they changed colour? Are they going faster or are they slower? Just notice that. Okay. Hope you enjoyed that little visualisation today. Take a final breath in through the nose. At this point you can open your eyes if you want to, but you don't have to. And take an exhale out and let go, and then just shake your hands and shake everything just to sort of wake yourself up a little bit. Shake your body and put your hands together and